Great team win tonight. I thought we saw really good teamness on both ends of the floor, offensively, defensively. We just had a lot of kids impact the game. I thought we were locked in. It was a quick turnaround, so we just went over a few simple things that we needed to make sure that we did well, and I thought our kids did a good job of locking into that.
Yeah, I was going to kind of build off of Saturday after the way things transpired, quick turnaround, 48
Yeah.
hours to kind of take it all in and decompress and get back after it. How did you guys do it, basically?
Well, in some ways, it's the best thing that can happen after a game like that. That you've got to move. You can't spend too much time sitting in that. Even for coaches, we had that night. We're moving on to Miami of Ohio. So, and it's the nature of a season. Something that our team we are really harping on and creating high expectations around is higher levels of consistency. Being the same player day in and day out, the same effort, the same focus, the same level. So it was good to see this, but our challenge is to continue to be able to do it.
Yeah, it's go time, right? I mean, 4 games within a week.
Kind of like the NBA schedule.
Yeah, 4 games within a week. And another big thing that I saw tonight was you didn't have one player play over 25 minutes. How huge is that for a week like this week?
Well, when the type of schedule we have right now, depth is really important, and we feel like that's been something we've really has been a real advantage to our team through the season, and right now I think it's more important than ever.
Speaking of depth, Kenzie Lewis was like this close to a quadruple.
I know.
Were you aware of that, like mid-game, or
no?
You're just finding out.
No, I found out after, but it's awesome. I mean, the minute she subbed in the first quarter, our defense really changed. She was locked in, and it was fun to watch. When she plays like that, she's really disruptive. She rebounds, she's creating. I thought she did a great job. She had 6 steals, and I thought she really got our defense going, especially in that first quarter.
I think she's kind of the prime case of you don't have to score to impact the game necessarily all the time.
Yeah.
And the intensity, I think, she kind of fed off the rest of the team tonight, especially defensively in that first half.
Yeah, she impacts winning. She's a kid. She's grown up around basketball her whole life. Her feel is really high. She makes a ton of good decisions. And, she's fun to play with because she's got a good feel, and if you're open, she's going to find you. And tonight, it was just so fun to see her play so well on both ends.
Alyssa took that hard fall,
Yeah.
And obviously was able to come back in early, but what's that say about her toughness?
She's so tough. You watch her play, like she's tough. I think the first play of the game, she took a charge. I think it's her biggest strength as a player. She's pretty relentless.
First off, if I was Alyssa, I'd still be on the floor. Second, what is this grind going to be like in the next 2-3 weeks? Very little time to prepare for each, very little rest. What is that grind going to be like in the back half?
I hope fun. I think everything's what you make it. And the thing that's been kind of cool about it from a coaching perspective is it makes you got to really be simple and clear. It's quick turnaround, so whatever we're going to do has to be simple and clear, and so that our kids can go in tomorrow, and we can feel really confident in going into that. So in some ways that's a neat challenge, and it kind of makes you filter faster, which I always think is helpful. So I've never had this as a coach. I've never had this sort of squished games. So it's a challenge that we're going to embrace.
With so many games in such a short amount of window, standings right now are going to probably going to, the standings right now really don't matter because there's going to be so much that happens in the next couple weeks. How exciting is that it's anyone's ball game?
I love that. We talk like write your own destiny. If you're sitting there trying to hope other people, watching other scores, it's really hard. And we still have a lot of games left. So we're working a lot on taking ownership, right? Taking ownership, taking responsibility, and let's be in charge of that. We can be in charge of where we end up. So let's take ownership of that.
Do you think these next couple weeks where it's short turnaround time, short time to prepare, will be a good thing heading into the MAC tournament for you guys? It's like, okay, we've already been through this the last couple of weeks. We know the quick turnaround kind of deal.
I see that, yeah. I hadn't thought of that, but absolutely from a coaching and playing perspective, I think you get used to that schedule, and that would be awesome. Yeah.
Kind of going back to what you were just talking about taking things in so quickly and moving so quickly. Maybe this is something to figure out down the line, but how do you keep the players from overextending and kind of keep just things focused on that short term?
Say that again? Oh,
Players focus
yeah.
on the short term and things
Oh,
happen
yeah.
so quickly.
I mean, anytime you live in the future, you're usually disappointed in the present, you know? So that's something we're always trying to be good at. Like, be locked in now, be engaged now, you know, film now, game time now, you know, when you're on the bench, when you're on the court. I think that's the trick to life, right? To really, like, what do we have right in front of us right now? But I always think if you're worried about the future, then everything just becomes a relief, and that's not a good way to live or to play. So we're going to lock into what we get every day and try to get better.